So, let's talk about trauma bonding. This is a pattern which is like I'm seeing in like 80% human beings. I'm no psychologist, but um, in these past, from basically from January, I'm meeting a lot of new people through a certain platform, and the like the surprising part is that every fucking new people I am like talking, or we are, when we go to a certain level, like we there is a friendship that building. So what they share is like their traumatic experience, and very surprisingly, which is also, I would say, a concerning matter right now in this age, they're trauma bonding. Like, let me tell you an example. So, a few days ago, I got this call from one of my those friends, and he's a really nice person. He he says hi sometimes, and I say hi back. This is like this. We don't talk regularly, or we don't chat regularly, but once in a week or in twice a week, he or we will like say hi, how's life, and stuff like that. So he didn't never mention before that he was in a relationship with this uh, 26 or 27-year-old woman, or I should say girl. And she was basically abused from childhood, and she has created this Stockholm syndrome. And you know about Stockholm syndrome, right? Like, it's a like when you sympathize with your abuser as a victim, you sympathize with your abuser. So she used to tell these stories like her uncle and aunt used to abuse her in many ways. I don't want to mention the exact particular ones, and still does, and she has no problem with it. And she also shared some of the life. Because of this, her lifestyle basically changed. He loves to go out, he loves to take drugs, she loves to take drugs, she takes substances, she's a pothead. And um, the saddest and weirdest part is that my particular friend is connected with this. Sympathizing some with someone is totally a different thing, but connecting with someone on this, I absolutely don't find the reason. Like, connecting in a that way that the girl said, I want to break up, and he wants to commit suicide. While he was talking to me, he said, like, before calling you, I tried to commit suicide twice. For someone who is not loyal to you, for someone who is damaged, I would have appreciated if she changed her lifestyle about after the abuse, or after finding my friend, after the relationship. That would have been amazing. But you are in a relationship, you have this weirdest lifestyle, you take substances, you go out, you party and stuff. It's okay, you party, but you have a boyfriend, but you're going out with other guys and stuff like that. And you, a boyfriend, being sympathized to that because she was abused in past. I mean, what kind of shitty logic is this? Then comes this other example. I knew this guy for 2 months, and we had really good bonding and stuff like that. I know everything about him, everything, and I knew he has this damn trauma bonding pattern. Like every girl he was with, trauma throughout the life. And surprisingly they're still going on with it. I would have loved the girls if they found the guy and they changed the lifestyle and they don't go back and they changed everything. That is gold, you know. That is like, yeah, for someone you change yourself or you're in a right track or in a right path. But what they do is they manipulate. What I get from this pattern is they manipulate with these sad stories, and they in a way like make the other person a victim, and the victim starts to have Stockholm syndrome. Like my friends are the victims of Stockholm syndrome. So this friend I'm talking, he has a sibling who's who has a friend who is that, like, you know, the the traumatic person or the toxic person. So he was talking with her and they were talking for like 2 years or 1.5 year, and he says, like, you know, she gave me the lovey-dovey feeling and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, that's a nice thing. She gave you that. If you want that, that's amazing. She said, you know, but she didn't change herself. I'm like, what do you mean she doesn't change herself? She didn't change herself. She's very traumatic. She's very toxic. I don't think so he mentioned toxic. I'm sorry. Apologies for that. She had a very traumatic life. She was married. She had 2 kids. And she has this weird lifestyles, go out with guys, like they take substances, they take everything. And even after 1.5 years she didn't change, and you're still with her. You know what he did? So there was this moment after 1.5 year where the girl says, you know, where we stand, do you want to take this seriously? And he said, oh yeah, why not, let me talk to my mom. And he actually went and talked to his mom, but the sibling came for the rescue and said, like, listen, you don't want to get in this. You don't want to get in this. And then there was this other guy who had a relationship with a married person and justifying it. He's like, dude, bro, she's abused. Her husband beats her and stuff like that. She cries a lot to come, like, dude, that's manipulating. The other person you're with is manipulating. If she's abused, if you're serious, which I get it, like 100% you're serious, you're willing to take your life for her, she would leave her husband and be with you. Be with you. Get it inside your head. If she is with her husband and doing shits with you, that's cheating. That's even cheating with you. So share your trauma bonding. Let's talk about this. This has been an amazing thing. For past 2 months I'm thinking about it, and I was starting to normalize this, and which is really weird as F, because I was about to normalize this, because I was seeing so many people like. Then one of my friends, actually I went to him for suggestion, like, this is weird, dude. What am I like? This is like everywhere. And what he said is like, this is actually like a virus, because you're hearing this, they're justifying, and you're thinking, oh yeah, the reasons are very logical and stuff like that. And you're thinking like, yeah, you can do this to yourself as well. You can also be the player of the Stockholm syndrome, and you will normalize it. Dude, don't do this. Always use your logic, your conscience to make a decision. If you have trauma bonding pattern in yourself, find out, run away from it, or like treat it, to talk to someone. But this, the pattern I'm seeing everywhere with the, especially with the boys, I would like to specify this, especially with the boys, this is concerning. Especially with the men, this is concerning. And especially with the men who are above 35. This is fucking concerning. And let's talk about this. Let's share your views. Let's talk about this. By the way, I'm wearing my super expensive setbacks. Yeah. I have my cyst. See, can you see the cyst? They're like everywhere in the eye. They're small, thank God for that. So okay, let's talk about this. And please, I request everyone, please, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, ask your conscience, be friends with them, help them to come on a right track, on a right path. But I don't know, getting serious and like saying that I won't be able to live without her or live without him, I want to commit suicide and stuff like that. Dude, no. Is it even worth it? Is that person even worth it? Who is not being able to be loyal with you for even a month? That's bullshit. Ask yourself.